Hi, thank you for joining us tonight. We're here to talk about why physicians are choosing the mental wellness company. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Deirdre McLean, and I'm an attorney by trade. I left law to stay home and raise my kids on the verge of burnout. So I'm passionate about mental wellness and the mental wellness movement. I'm here today with Dr. Cara Connors. We met online. She'll tell you a little bit about that. Dr. Cara is board certified in family medicine and board certified in obesity medicine. She also recently became certified as a mental wellness coach. So, thank you for joining me today, Cara.
Yes, thank you for having me.
So, you're welcome. So, what caught your eye about the mental wellness company?
Yes, well, I was searching for an answer to multiple different health issues, both mental and physical. And I was scrolling Facebook, and you and I were friends on Facebook from the past. And I saw this new, never been done before product for fat loss, which is what I was looking for. And I was just mind blown by the products and the fact that they were all natural and just four simple ingredients and all that they did for the body. I got my hands on everything that I could based off, why to use certain things and why they were combined together with the product. And just the fact the cutting edge science just absolutely blew me away.
So, you raised your hand when you saw the quad biotic for weight loss. And that started you down the path of really digging deep. Well, you ordered it, first of all, because you wanted to give it a try. And I know that you're all about probiotics. So that was just up your alley. And then you dug deep into the science. And I know that you went really, really deep. So tell me a little bit about what you found and what you discovered about mental wellness, gut brain connection. Like, tell me what you found when you went deep.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I had tried, some traditional prescription medications to help with the weight loss and, fat all in the middle, that kind of thing. And that hadn't worked for me. And so the natural solution with this was like, wow. So this postbiotic that we have in the quad biotic works on balancing the gut hormones. So we have so many different gut hormones that all factor in. Like some make us hungry, some suppress our appetite. It's always this fine balance, and there's so many. And the gut hormones talk back to the brain. I mean, there's just all these loops that go on within the endocrine system and all this communication. So I had been on a medication that worked on just one of the gut hormones. So for me, I was like, wow, I can work on all of these gut hormones and balance all of them naturally without having side effect issues. So for me, that was huge. And, it is one of those. It's like, obviously, the gut and the gut hormones hold a lot of potential for people to improve their gut health and their wellness and fat loss.
And
So
you had amazing results. Do you want to? And I know that all results, I mean, there's a lot of factors. You had been detoxing for years, you were a very clean eater. Um, so, you had some advantages in that regard, but do you want to share your results? Because they're pretty amazing.
yes, yes, definitely. So within 2 weeks of starting on the quad biotic, I lost 12 pounds. To date, I've only lost 13 total. It looks like I've lost 30 to 40. I mean, people are like, you are tiny, you're melting away. I mean, inches are just falling off. So for me, it's been wonderful to have this different perspective. And I really have shifted how I look and approach weight loss. And I mean, for me, like that's huge, especially with my obesity medicine training, and all that is really, you know, calories in, exercise, all this balance, right? Move more, eat less. They just focus and harp on that. And I was like, there
You
has
know,
to,
it's not that easy.
right. It's like there has to be so much more that we're missing. So yeah, I mean, that's just been amazing. So yeah, all of these inches lost. I mean, seriously, my visceral fat, the spare tire, muffin top, whatever you want to call that top part of the stomach that develops, where people were telling me I was pregnant, was just gone. Just and I'm just, what happened? It's gone. That to me was just so remarkable. And I was so happy to have the fat loss with it. And, obviously the number on the scale, I mean, that's nice to see it go down as well. But I was more blown away by the inches because we just don't want all of those inches, especially around our organs. That's where you have increased risk of bad kind of diseases happening. And for me, my labs had showed that I had high cholesterol. And at one point I had some higher like blood sugar issues. So I know the importance of that area. So the fact that it went away was just like, this is what my body needed. And I'm so glad I came across your post about the purple pill. But yeah, all of that's
Me too.
awesome. Yes, yes. And I love all the physical stuff, but the way I feel mentally, just within 1 to 2 weeks of starting on it, I mean, it was just like a light switch. So,
I know because you came in for that purple pill. I mean, you were all about that quad biotic. Like you understood the science and you were like, yes, this is, I'm going to try this. But it didn't take long for you to go in and order the happy juice. Um, so why don't you tell us about that?
oh, yes. So, right. Who doesn't want something that's called happy juice? Like, I have to try this, right? What is this? So, happy juice works to help balance neurotransmitters between gut, brain, and our heart. So, our heart does have neurons in it. So, our brain and our heart connect. And it's just so neat because everything does connect. So, of course, like, why not do a neurotransmitter boost? And unfortunately, like anxiousness, depressive symptoms are probably within my like top 5 to 7 things that I help patients with. So, I'm well versed in medical management with that part. For me personally, I just like natural solutions. Like, since I had a big illness like 7 years ago, my body just wants supplements. And so it's been amazing to have that happy juice. And within starting on that, I realized, wow, like I have more mental clarity. I'm more focused. Like I just all around feel better. I'm sleeping better. And I really do feel like my summer and fall leading up to this was intense with the death of my dad. And then, the health situation, myself, helping others through it. And I didn't realize how burnt out I was as a medical professional because I mean, really, like we're caregivers. I mean, it takes a toll for sure. So having the happy juice and having everything now connecting and I just feel like everything is like firing as it should be for me.
I want to ask you a couple more questions. Um, so we're going to come back to the burnout because that's really, really important and one of the things that I'm passionate about. Um, But I want to ask you first to tell us about your the hormone product. And the reason I'm asking is you to talk about it is that I also love the GBX Fit, and I lost some weight initially, and then it stopped. And I am finding with this hormone balancing product that the inflammation, I know that it's too soon. It's only been a few weeks for me. I know that it's not really doing the deep hormone balancing yet, but I'm already starting to change physically. Um, like my shorts fit differently. um, so things are definitely changing, and I'm thinking that it's inflammation. So, tell me about this hormone balancing because you talked a little bit about the gut balancing, and we know that we have stress balancing, and then this hormone balancing is another piece.
Yes, it definitely is. Um, so, all males, females, we all have estrogen, progesterone, and testosterone. And again, find balance with all of that as well. So, if we're under, if it's low, high, the product helps to balance where our body needs to be for it. It seems like more people aren't utilizing their hormones as well because a lot of different issues. A lot of that is the chronic stress. It's one of those. Most people have stress. So, our chronic stress, our, inflammation in the foods, just inflammatory diets, all of our toxin exposure. There's this little thing that we call the sex hormone binding globulin, super long word, but it like gobbles up our natural hormones and holds on to those. And then there's all kinds of like receptor site issues that can happen at the cellular level where the hormone's not connecting like it should be. So there's all these various ways that our hormones aren't functioning optimally like they could be. Uh, so this new product is in a category that's never been done before, and it's a sexual wellness product. So it helps balance those sex hormones in both men and women. And I have been on it for 6 weeks because I earned the privilege of being part of the product test group. So I'm 6 weeks in. And yeah, I mean, when we have a hormone imbalance, it tends to stick there in the gut area. So guys have their beer belly, the gut that happens, around 45, 50-ish, that kind of thing. Women go through menopause and, never have had weight all through the middle and all of a sudden it's there. So yes, I am with you. I have been toning up. It's amazing. I'm like, my buttocks area is tighter. I've not been working out at all.
I feel like your skin's better too.
I feel like my skin's better too. Yeah. And my obliques, like, I mean, they're looking super cut and like my abs are trying to come through, which that's never ever happened, especially since I used to be morbidly obese. So I'm just like, whoa, what's happening? This is great. And like the extra skin under the arms. And of course, I weigh 220 pounds. So I have extra loose skin. But like even this is toning. So it's just really, really cool to see that. And the product, so when we talk about the sex hormones, that's great. We need to balance those along with the stress and the metabolic. So to me, that is just such a winning combination because we are just focusing on everything there with and we call it happy hormones. So it makes
Yep.
sense, and the thing is too is people are feeling more youthful and since starting this. So I would say that as well. I mean, I already felt better with the quad biotic, felt even better with happy juice and then adding this in. I mean, I really did not know that I could feel this good. I mean, this is literally the best I've felt in decades. And that's what we keep hearing from people is just like, wow, like I feel like the old me.
Yep. And it's all about leveling up and feeling better and balancing and working with our body to restore the balance that we've lost for, whether it's the food or the stress or the environment, medications. There are so many reasons why we're out of balance. So I love that we have these solutions. Um, so let me ask, and I want to try to keep it short. So I'm going to ask you one more question.
Okay.
Um, you are attracting a lot of healthcare professionals. So I love that because it tends to be, this tends to be an industry where sometimes there's a separation. Um, so why don't you tell me a little bit about that? Like why these healthcare professionals are raising their hand and looking into what we have and actually trying it for themselves.
Yeah, for sure. Just the cutting edge science and the quality and the third party testing that's behind the products is just phenomenal. And I do feel like people have become more open to the two coming together. So, we have Western, where it's just medicine, 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 lab, lab, lab. And then we have Eastern, to where a lot of the times, sometimes it can even be like, no medicine, nothing. And I'm just like, let's all meet in the middle, just the two can be combined. So I really feel like so many people in general and in the healthcare profession are seeing that there's other natural ways. And being in the healthcare profession, we see the good and the bad of various, treatments, things like that. So it's nice to have other choices. And it's great that the mental wellness company is bringing forth these products that have just not been done before. And these ingredients that have been used by cultures for thousands of years and have done the research as to, like, why this ingredient worked 2000 years ago for this tribe of people, and now we know why, and then we can bring it back in, and in a formulation that works. And so the fact too is a lot of people are becoming aware of gluten-free, dairy-free, soy-free, avoiding binders, fillers, wanting higher quality products. So just all of those reasons I feel like are attracting healthcare professionals and just the regular consumer too. People are wanting more. They're wanting to put things in their body that are going to work.
And I think you're absolutely right with that. And our products are so clean label and they're so simple and powerful. Like they're not um, top loaded with a ton of ingredients. It could be 3 or 4 very powerful herbs, and that's all you need for that specific product. So, it's very easy for anyone to look at the ingredients and then look at the science and make that decision.
Yes, I agree. I love the fact that it's just so simplistic with our ingredients. Like the quad biotic is 4 products. The her formulation of the new sex hormone balancing is 5 for her and 4 for him. It's just nice not to have it just bombarded with just label upon label of, oh, we're throwing this in and this in. And yeah, so that's definitely refreshing. I agree that it is just very simplistic.
And I love that you're reaching your community. I said when we started that, I have a passion for helping attorneys with burnout and to avoid burnout and the self-care and the support that they can do so that they can um, thrive despite the incredible amount of stress. And I know it's the same in the medical community. You are so just overworked, and the amount of stressors that are going on right now are off the charts. So I love that, you're reaching people in your community that are looking to support themselves naturally.
Yes, thank you. It's really been a blessing to be able to share about it with people. And I enjoy the wellness aspect and trying to prevent what we can. So it's been a wonderful balance of wellness and then, sick care, sick care. So, yes, that's just been another unexpected blessing of being a part of this, is just that balance that I've achieved through that.
Well, thank you for joining me today. The last thing I'm going to say is that we have a happy quiz. And if anyone is interested in taking it to see where they fall on the scale, just write happy quiz in the comments below, and we'll make sure that you get a copy of the quiz. It's completely confidential. We won't see it, but you'll just see on a scale of, I think, 1 to 21, um, where you stand. It's always nice to do sort of a self check in and ask yourself the questions, because sometimes we don't realize um, quite how far along we are on the sort of burnout or languishing scale. Like, we want to flourish. We want to um, live a vibrant life. We don't want to be just languishing. So, if anyone's interested in the happy quiz, just put quiz in the comments below, and we'll make sure you get a link to it. So, Cara, thank you for joining me today, and we'll be back on again. Thanks
Yes,
so much,
I look forward
everyone.
to that.
Bye.